Hey, I simmed 10 years into the future on Football Manager, and some weird stuff started to happen. Manchester City just won one European trophy, but it was the Europa League in 2024. And Pep Guardiola wasn't even in charge. Yes, in this video we're also going to find out who's been dominating Scottish football that isn't Celtic or Rangers, where Newcastle are finishing after spending just short of £2 billion. And we're going to see some of the most crazy manager merry-go-rounds that you've probably ever seen. Strap yourselves in. We're going to start off with La Liga. It has actually taken Barcelona 10 full seasons to complete their rebuild. They're back on top after what seemed like Madrid. Both Madrid teams just started to dominate. Of course, Atletico Madrid won it last time. So actually, that's like 12 or 13 seasons Barcelona's gone without winning a league title. That's quite amazing. I didn't expect them to take that long, but there we go. And they're also coming up against Kylian Mbappe's Real Madrid. More on him later. And you might be thinking that the French league probably is just PSG dominating every season. Well, actually, you'd be wrong, because somehow Monaco have won the league twice since the start of this simulation, including the second season. Monaco actually went and beat PSG in the second season by 5 points as well. It wasn't even just like a skin of the teeth thing. They actually just dominated, really, to be dominated. They won by 5 points. They didn't even lose to PSG that whole season. That's quite good. So let's take a look more at PSG then. Obviously, that was when Messi was actually playing for them. I have seen that Icons is Zinedine Zidane as a manager, so that's probably happened fairly recently. Patrick Vieira's their current manager, but the question is, have they ever won a Champions League yet? The answer is no. Runners-up only in 2020, they still haven't done it. And to be honest, what a shambles of a club that they're actually classing Lionel Messi as a legend player, despite him, when retiring very soon after, actually joining 2025. He played 4 seasons and he's classed as a legend. So let's move on to Newcastle. Of course, everybody's talking about Newcastle during the beta. They have like an obscene amount of money and everybody's enjoying themselves using all of that money, which is fantastic to see, by the way. Let me know down in the comments if you've done a Newcastle save and who you've bought. I'm actually curious. Who have you bought for Newcastle? Let me know down in the comments. Smash a like while you're on the way down there. First season, they spent £210 million. Let's do this by the highest bought. So William Carvalho, Dennis Suarez. Some actually good signings, to be honest. I'm quite impressed. Hulk there for 1.1 million. That's not bad, to be honest. But as we go on throughout the seasons, they get progressively worse. Yeah, that's £109 million. Rafa Guerreiro's a great signing, to be honest. But £30 million on Taylor Harwood-Bellis. 241 million. It's getting even higher. Amin Gori, fantastic signing. £87 million. Tamori, also a great signing. Ndidi, that's a great season. Scott McTominay, maybe not. £257 million in what, the 4th season that we have there. Çalhanoğlu, Balde, Yunus Musa, some good signings there. So Aaron Wan-Bissaka for 18 million. That's got to be like the end of the season deal. Then they're starting to sign like some really good. Vitinha, that's a recommendation that I've already given already in the must buys video. That's a great signing. Gabriel Martinelli, Serge Gnabry for £30 million. João Pedro, Rodrigo for free transfer. They've made some fantastic signings. That was a £311 million transfer window, by the way. 189 the year after. Tariq Lamptey, Sergio Gomez, Tuanzebe, 35 million. They dropped off there. It dropped off massively. That's the lowest we've seen for a while. Then bang, 323 million shoved down your throat. Harvey Barnes, 69 million pound for Harvey Barnes. Richarlison's a big name in there. Ben Chilwell at the end of his career. Some massive signings. Then 2 more final seasons. Bernardo Silva on a free transfer. Fabio Vieira, that's a great signing. Nakai, is that a real player? It is a real player. 27 years of age. Not a bad real player, to be honest. So that's what, 7? He must be a wonder kid. Have a look for him. £61 million. In the final season, £110 million was spent just in Kluivert. And this man, Russell Hammond, who I'm guessing is a regen. It is a very good, hard-working midfielder. He looks fantastic. English as well. Where are all these transfers landed Newcastle? And again, let's take a look at manager history and see. They have Pep Guardiola. They currently have Pep Guardiola. They've had Flick as a manager as well. They've literally had the best managers ever. Shock they started off with Brendan Rodgers. Sergio Conceição, that's not a bad manager either. And then they had Hansi Flick That's unbelievable. Then Pep Guardiola. Surely they've won something. So we can see the highlighted league season where it all began. They finished in 9th place, and it doesn't actually look like they've got any better whatsoever. 9th, there's a 6th place, 4th, they got Champions League football one season, then back down to 9th. That was probably under the Hansi Flick era. That's probably where he got sacked. Then Pep Guardiola's took over, and they finished in 5th place. So that's very underwhelming, isn't it? They did reach the Euro Cup final in 2025-26. They lost that to Tottenham. That's okay, I guess.
2,000 years later.
I finally found a trophy that they've won. All of that money won them the Carabao Cup in 2025-26, beating Manchester City on penalties. £2 billion. Worth it. Right, let's start fighting around with Newcastle then. Let's look at the rest of the Premier League. What's everybody been doing in the Premier League? We can see Man City are current holders, so not much has changed there. Manchester United, 8 points behind, to be honest. It doesn't really look like much has changed. I can't see any different teams. West Brom being one of them. This literally just the Premier League season this season with Sheffield United and West Brom. Because that's and Bournemouth, who have just got relegated. So that's very disappointing. The past winners then, it's been very boring. Manchester City's just dominated, so that's something. Liverpool have got a couple in there. Let's hope the FA Cup was a little bit more interesting. Let's see the past winners of the FA Cup. Brighton, Leicester, yes. Leicester won back-to-back FA Cups, that's fantastic. Brighton lifted it in 2023, 2022, 23, sorry. Tottenham's won a couple. Bloody hell, Tottenham's winning trophies. It must be a simulation. Leeds have also won one. My dad and his friend will be absolutely buzzing. Rebuilds next Monday, by the way, coming. Will be the first one, and it's going to be Arsenal, so make sure you're tuned in for that. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. So, who is Manchester City's manager? Wolfgang Schneider. They also have Erling Haaland. We'll take a quick look at Erling Haaland, shall we? 30 years of age now, a legendary striker. Looks still absolutely incredible. I mean, he scored goals for days. He signed very early on for £139 million, and very rarely did he, 10 goals is his lowest. That is a bad season though, to be fair. Still got very high average rating, but some seasons he was getting 27 goals in the season, so that's quite impressive. But Wolfgang Schneider is their current manager. Now, at the start of the game, it does look like he is the guy who is Borussia Dortmund's manager, so he takes over in 2027. So, Manchester City's manager history, it's included Jurgen Klopp. So Pep Guardiola leaves. He leaves in 2023 at the end of the season. So he gives it 2 more years, decides, nope, I've had enough. I've had enough. And then Jurgen Klopp is appointed. Despite Jurgen Klopp winning the league again with Liverpool, then he stays for 4 years and then is sacked. What is happening here? Okay, Pep, what have you been doing? I know you're at Newcastle now, but where have you been? His history. I don't believe this. So Pep Guardiola, when he left his job as Manchester City, Jurgen Klopp joined Manchester City instead, leaving Liverpool's job, and they basically swapped. And he became Liverpool manager. But he was sacked after 1 season as Liverpool manager. What a bad mistake that was. And it took 2 years before he got another job, which was the Spain manager. And whilst doing that, he then took over as Newcastle manager as well. It gets weirder though, because Klopp, so he's offered the Manchester City role. He leaves Liverpool, joins Manchester City. He's there until 2027 when he is sacked from Manchester City. He then joins Barcelona. But no, after 1 season, he's offered the Chelsea job. He leaves Barcelona. Obviously can't win a league title in the year that he's there. He's hired as Chelsea manager, strips Lukaku as Chelsea's captain, and appoints Reece James. Okay, fair enough. Where did Chelsea finish this season? 3rd. Well, not as good. The only other thing I'm interested in the managers is Ronald Koeman somehow, despite not winning like nothing, was given 7 years in the job. Before he left, he didn't even get sacked, he just left. And then Jurgen Klopp took over. Only won 6 cups, but that's it. Ronald Koeman. 6 Spanish cups, never won a league. The Serie A is quite interesting, to be fair. Roma find themselves as champion, beating Zebra, or Juve, of course, on what looks like head-to-head. And they have actually won it before, Roma. They won it 2 years ago. Roma's manager is still Jose Mourinho. Good for him. It's took him 10 years or 8 years, to however you look at it. But yeah, he's winning trophies again as Roma's manager. And they give him a lot of time. Juve have just won it like every season until that 28-29 season with Roma. So that's quite impressive that they've managed to do that when Inter Milan obviously won the league, and they lost Ronaldo in the same season. Oh, the Bundesliga is really boring. Borussia Dortmund have won it once. Bayern Munich have dominated the rest. Julian Nagelsmann is still there. He's still the Bayern Munich manager. Dortmund's manager, never heard of him. Now, I know I'm making you wait, Scottish fans, to look at the Scottish League drama, but I'm building you up to this climax, and don't you dare write "that's what she said" in the comments. So, when I mentioned about the Scottish League, I did not expect this at all, because Rangers went on and won it another 3 times. That's massive. Celtic won it the season after, and then Hibernian come out of nowhere, and they've won 5 out of the last 6, and the only time they didn't win it, Aberdeen won it. Aberdeen somehow won it in the 27-28 season. Hibs were runners-up, and Celtic were 3rd. So Rangers finished outside of the top 4, outside of the top 3 there, and Hibs have dominated it the last 3 seasons. It's probably the biggest surprise that I've seen all year. Hardly any goals in the season. 38 games played and only 11 goals as the top scorer. That is really low. Now, the World Cup doesn't look too weird. Belgium win their first one. England are the runners-up. Italy win the most recent one, and Switzerland somehow are the runners-up, which is fair enough. That's quite good. And the Netherlands actually win it in 2022. And in the Euros, Italy continue their domination. They won it back to back. France won it in 2028. There's one being played next summer. Spain was the runners-up. Germany was the runners-up. And the Copa America was very similar, to be honest. Brazil and Argentina trading it off. Ecuador was the runners-up in the most recent one. But the AFCON, African Cup of Nations, there are some interesting ones here. So we start off with Senegal. Cape Verde then won it in 2023. We got the Ivory Coast, some of you expect. And then Burkina Faso in 2027. They ever won it before Burkina Faso? I can't see. No, that's their first as well. Cape Verde and Burkina Faso winning their first ever ones. Cameroon and then Senegal most recently, making it a little bit of a bit more normal, I guess, because those are teams that you expect to see there, but fair enough. Now, the World Footballer of the Year, also known as the Ballon d'Or, was pretty much dominated by Kylian Mbappe at Real Madrid, which he moved to in the very first season after Mohamed Salah won it in 2022. Actually, Ronaldo won it in 2021. That's quite amazing, to be honest. And Salah also won it in the year 2025 when he was 33 years of age. But the Champions League. Now, we mentioned how PSG have never won it and how Man City have never won it. Who has won it? Well, Juve somehow won it in the first year, so they had like a double. That's amazing. Despite losing Ronaldo, their talisman player, and they won it 2 seasons after that. So that's incredible. Atletico Madrid won it in 22-23. Then it was traded off between Liverpool, Manchester United, and Real Madrid. These are the only 3 teams who have won it in the previous 7 years. So that's fair enough. But oh my, Manchester City were runners-up 3 seasons in a row, and Atletico Madrid were runners-up 3 seasons out of the last 4. It must be heartbreaking. There we have it. That was 10 years into the future in FM 2022. Watch this video, though, to find out who the best Wonder Kids are 5 years into the future. I'm sure there's actually 2 parts as well. One of them is 6'7". He's a monster. You're going to want him in your team. Take a look. Bye-bye.